Tonight, we are going to solve one of the greatest mysteries in our universe. And that mystery is, what came first? The chicken or the egg? I think the chicken came first and not the egg. I think the chicken fell from the sky and the chicken eventually laid an egg. I'm kidding, guys. Tonight, we are going to solve the mystery. Should you buy a house right now or should you wait to buy the dip? In 2022, it's probably one of the most asked questions from consumers who have families. A lot of new families are starting, and should they buy? They're nervous. Is it a right time, or should they wait it out and a dip's gonna happen? Every influencer on the internet is telling them, wait, you're gonna be able to buy the dip and cash out big, or you can get such a cheap payment. Wait it out. But then some are saying, if you wait it out, you might not get a home because there's not a lack of inventory. Are there fear mongering out there? Is these influencers on either side just trying to get views and clicks? And tonight, I'm going to break down both options and let you decide what is best for you. Should you buy right now or should you wait to buy the dip? In my opinion, depending on your scenario and story, it's good to wait to buy the dip. In some other scenarios, it's good to buy right now. What's going on, guys? My name is Min Win with What's a Mortgage. Welcome to our channel. The goal of our channel is to simplify home ownership. If it's your first time tuning in, do me a huge favor. Hit that subscribe or notification button so you are notified every time we go live or post new content. We go live every Monday night on Facebook and YouTube at 9 o'clock, and we post content daily on Instagram and TikTok. So don't forget to follow us on our other platforms. Also, this is an interactive channel, so ask a lot of mortgage questions. If you have questions, we have mortgage answers. And if this video brings you any benefit, please like this video. And if you know someone who would enjoy this video and it brings them benefit, tag them on this video. Right, guys? So tonight, the question in the universe that everyone wants an answer to: should you buy right now or should you wait to buy the dip or wait for prices to drop? All right, so let's answer that question today. We're going to throw every scenario at you and you decide. I'm not here to pressure you. Don't let any lender, any influencer pressure you to do something you don't want to do. But before we get into it, let's go with our disclaimer, okay? Let's look at our disclaimer. If you do not qualify, chill out. There's not much you can do. All you can do is work on getting yourself in a better financial position. Try to do something positive with your savings because inflation will eat at it every day. If you are going to buy, make sure your job is secure and recession proof. Make sure you have a few months of your mortgage payment set aside as reserves. And last but not least, be picky if you are going to buy in this market. This is October 2022. Of course, the market has shifted. If you are buying, be picky. Just don't take whatever is on the table. Negotiate a smoking deal. So for those of you who are going to buy, of course, if you're not in a position to buy, there's not much you can do. But remember, inflation is at 8.2, 8.5%. Every day your money sits in the bank. You are losing buying power. As you can tell, things are out of control. Churros are $8. You know, Walt, he raised his prices, right? I got a bone to pick with Disney. I don't know about you, but I'm anti-Disney these days, right? Because it's too expensive. Things are just too expensive. And that money you had in the bank couldn't buy you what it could have bought you years ago when you started saving, right? So that's the line disclaimer. So let's talk about first, why would prices be dipping? For those of you who are going, oh my God, prices are crashing, or I'm going to buy the dip. Why are prices crashing? Remember, real estate is local. So every area is different. And it is blowing my mind myself. And I can't even believe it that some areas are still getting multiple offers. Not a lot, some areas. So I'm not trying to hype it up. Oh, this guy's full of shit. Okay. Some areas is on and popping. A lot of areas that slow down. Not gonna lie. Okay. So reason number one, are prices dipping because of bad loans? Is it dipping because of unemployment? Is it dipping because of foreclosure, forbearance, because of our economy? Have people overextended themselves? Or is there too much inventory but just not enough demand out there? Right? So wherever you're buying, ask yourself these 7 questions. Are there bad loans? Not too many bad loans, because after 2007, 2008, people who bought their homes qualified with their income. Unless their income has changed or their monthly debt has gone up, it is not a bad loan. The average FICO score is, I think, 711 or 715 in the United States the last handful of years, right? Most people have 20% equity or more. So it cannot be a bad loan because people didn't buy 100% financing. Yes, those who are qualifying for down payment assistance, they probably have 100% financing, but remember, they probably had to have good credit and a very low debt to income ratio, okay? So people who bought do not have bad loans. Not like 07, 08. They weren't 2-year loans with 3-year prepays. People weren't getting negative amortization loans. These people had to qualify with their income. It was just easier to qualify because interest rates were in the 2s and 3s. It was cheap money. So I 100% agree, cheap money, but not bad loans. So if the market's dipping, it's not because of bad loans. So don't expect them, right, to see all this crash happening because of bad loans. Number 2, unemployment. If unemployment pops off, it would have to pop off, and people who are getting laid off have to be homeowners. Because if they're not homeowners, how can there be a dip, right? So if people who are getting laid off are not homeowners, that's not going to bring more inventory into the market, which will cause a dip. But think about this too. 38% of homes in the United States have no mortgages. 38%. Okay? 51% have interest rates under 4%. Most people who bought a home or most people who refinance have low rates. So when did rates just recently go up? February 2022. So if you didn't refinance before February 2022, most likely you probably have a gang of equity, by the way. If you didn't refinance, you probably didn't care about your high rate and you didn't want to refi. But in February 2022, moving forward, and you buy your home and you have a rate in the 4s and 5s, still kind of sketchy. But if you're in the 6 and 7, you just bought, you would have to get laid off. You would need the perfect storm of people getting laid off who bought a home with interest rates maybe 5.5% or higher to really, let their house go on the market for sale because they can't afford it and they got laid off, and that would bring more inventory. The name of the game, as you hear, more inventory. Number 3, foreclosures, right? If for those of you hear all these crazy headlines, what you should do, instead of reading all these headlines with people talking all this shit about the crash, go out and look at some data. Put some money out there. Buy some data. Realty Track, #1 foreclosure data company, right? Or they sell foreclosure data. You got Atom Data. You got Black Knight. You have CoreLogic. Get that data wherever you want to buy. See if foreclosures are picking up. Also, forbearance. If people aren't making mortgage payments, rich people around the world know when people aren't making mortgage payments because they buy data from Experian and from title companies. If people will sniff it out if you miss a mortgage payment, these wholesalers, they're knocking on that door if you're missing mortgage payments. So number 3 and 4 are not happening. Number 2, you would need people to get laid off with homes that have high interest rates. If they don't, yeah, someone will sell. Someone like, you know what, my rate's so low, if I move somewhere else, I want to pay higher rent. I'd rather rent out my house and go back to my parents' house. But yes, there are a percentage that will probably have to sell. But it's not going to come from foreclosures or forbearance right now. So there's no forced sales. Also, there's no bad loans forcing people to sell. In 07, 08, people had adjustable mortgages, and not like the people who get adjustable mortgage now, they got 20, 30% down. They got like a year reserve. To get an ARM loan right now, you need smoking credit, a big down payment. And typically they got 5, 7, 10-year ARMs. And they probably refinanced again right now into a lower rate. So these bad loans aren't coming from these ARMs. Back then, these bad loans came from just loans you shouldn't be getting. And number 5, our economy. Our economy will bring on the dip, okay? If the economy gets worse and people are homeowners, even though they didn't get a bad loan, even though they are not unemployed, they don't need to foreclose, they don't even have forbearance, everyone will have that tipping point where they either rent out their house, which a lot of people are doing. They're renting out their house and they're renting somewhere else and to weather the storm. Because they have interest rates under 4%, they'd rather hold on to their house and rent it out instead of selling it, because they know they probably will never see that 2 to 3% interest rate ever again. So a lot of people are just holding on for dear life. Number 6, people overextend themselves. See, people are saying, oh, you know what? You're going to lose your house because you overextended yourself. I don't think people understand. A majority of Americans, of course, there are a good amount that overextended themselves, but remember, inflation's at 8.5%. I don't wake up one day and I have my family to take care of because I have a home and go, you know what? Let me ball out, right? At most, I'm going to go to McDonald's and get my meal supersized, okay? I'm not going to go ball out. I'm balling out by buying gas. Thank you, Brandon, right? Buying gas. Gas is expensive right now. So people aren't overextending themselves. Inflation is just pushing everything up to make costs crazy, okay? The reason why I say Brandon, I'm not trying to pick on it. You go to a gas station, you see the Brandon sticker, okay? So I'm just making fun of the sticker at the gas station. Whatever it is, right? Even when Trump was president, that guy printed money too. So I ain't trying to pick a side, but all these presidents, they went YOLO and they printed money like crazy. After 1971, right, Richard Nixon got off the gold standard. And that gave us the thumbs up, okay, USA, to start printing that money. And if you look at 1971 moving up, we printed money. But in the 08, when the market crashed, when the real estate market crashed, right? When the real estate market crashed, Obama was president. I'm not blaming Obama. The largest crash in the whole world, right? And the whole world shut down. We printed so much money. But of course, in the last 2 years, we printed the most money. We printed 80% of the United States currency in the last 2 years, right? That $100 you have in your pocket, $80 didn't exist 2 years ago. So people didn't overextend themselves. Because all this money was printed, inflation started going out of control, and that's why people are barely paying their bills. Unemployment's low because people have multiple jobs just to cover their bills. Okay? And the dip, last but not least, too much inventory and not enough demand. So right now, of course, less buyers in the market, so demand is down. But inventory didn't pick up. In the last 7 weeks, inventory's down. So don't get it twisted, because people don't have bad loans. Unemployment's low. Foreclosures aren't there. Forbearance aren't there. It's because of the economy and people not overextending themselves because of inflation. So there is more inventory out there, and people who are selling right now, look at the people who are selling right now. They are walking away with money. They're not selling their house to break even. Some are, not all. In Mississippi, Louisiana, they're just selling to get ahead in life, right? And that's where most of the foreclosure or where the negative equity or barely any equity is at, okay? I'm not picking on those states. That's just reality. You can pull up the data reports. But people aren't forced to sell. Let's check out the inventory, okay? Let's check it out. So I'm going to pull up active listings right now in the United States. I'm not counting pending listings that have a 70, 80% chance to close. The other 30 might hit the market again, okay? Let's look at the FRED, the Federal Reserve Economic Data. Don't believe these YouTubers, Instagrammers, TikTokers, or even me. You can pull it up yourself on the Federal Reserve Economic Data. These are the numbers. You can pull up numbers for anything that is important to the Federal Reserve. Look at right now in 2022, we have 732,000 listings in the United States. Do you feel me, fam? 732 listings. Is that enough? That's about 3.5 months worth of inventory. In 2018, at the peak, we had 1.3 million. That's when it was a buyer's market. Because even though less buyers are pulling out, people were selling, they just want to sell. But in 2018, they were kind of like selling. There was a lot of inventory. So 1,300,000, 732,000. So we're about 600,000 shy to be at where we're at, to be a complete buyer's market. Of course, as the feds keep hiking rates, you're driving demand out of the market. People want to buy. They just can't afford to buy. Okay? I'm going to admit, people can't afford to buy because the government has all the power to turn it up and turn down. The problem is Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve, they were like passed out or something, because in 2020, they didn't raise the Fed rate. Inflation got out of control, and now they're trying to pull it back, and it's too late. That's the biggest challenge we have right now. They're doing their best, but it's a little too late, okay? So there's not enough listings. Let's talk about new property. Well, there's 8 months worth of new construction inventory. What are you talking about, man? Let's pull it up right now, player. Let's read this stuff right now. This is from the new construction, right? From the National Association of Home Builders. Oh, because their builders are going to write something. They're writing bad news right now. This is not good news for them, okay? New homes sales up in August, but rising market portends weekend market. New single-family home inventory remains elevated at 8.1 months supply. That's what everyone's raving about. They told you there's 8.1 months. The count of homes available for sale, 461,000. It's up 24.6% over the last year. But check this out, guys. People love to say 8.1 months of supply, but do they ever read this? Of this total, only 49,000 of the new home inventory is completed and ready to occupy. That's 10%. The remaining have not started construction or are currently under construction. So even though we have 8.1 months of inventory, okay? 8.1 months, only 49,000 out of the 461,000 are completed. All right. So if you are buying new constructions, I would check to make sure they finish it. Because these builders, don't forget, they're in the business of making money. Are you in the business of taking L's? No. Right? It's just too expensive labor, material to build a house with today's interest rate to try to deliver a product to a finance buyer. What are they going to do then? They're not going to sit there and not do anything. They are going to do something. Check out this other report. Okay. Check out this other report. New single-family home residents, SFR, homes are down, but permits for units are up. U.S. housing starts plunge as home builders' confidence crashes. Let's read this. U.S. housing starts plunged 8.1% in September, but the forward-looking permits unexpectedly rose 1.4%, and August are revised to a slightly smaller drop. So new starts are down. No, new starts are up. New starts are up, but permits are new starts are down, but permits are up. How is this possible? Why are permits up if it's too expensive to build? Labor's too costly. What should they build? Let's check it out. The unexpected rise in permits is due to multifamily units as renter nation escalates. Single-family permits, 3.1% month over month, while multifamily permits soar 8.2%. So they're still getting that bag. These builders, they're just not going to build a home for you to live in. They're going to go out and build units, more units to rent to us. As I said in my morning live, this country is turning into a subscription country, right? Life, shelter is going to be subscription. So, believe what you want. Check the news articles yourself. Read the details of it. But if we're building more places to rent, what's going to happen when rates pull back? Rates will pull back, not right now. They got to fix a bunch of shit in our economy. Our inflation's out of control. But once they fix it, what's going to happen? There's no new homes, right? They're probably going to eventually finish it, but I don't know when. If you're buying new construction, I would call the builder, hey, man, you going to finish my house or what? Give me the heads up or give me back my deposit, right? Woo. Find out, fam. Find out, okay? So with that being said, if you are planning to buy, make sure you ask yourself these questions first. Are you buying cash? Do you have to finance it? How much are you financing? Since price dropped in the last 90 days, are mortgage payments up or down? And the last one, how can you buy low and refinance later if you don't qualify to buy now? So you plan on buying. Are you paying cash? If you are paying cash, and this is my opinion, wait it out. If you're buying cash, wait it out. Warren Buffett, all these hedge funds, they're sitting their cash, right? Do as the rich do. They're waiting for the dip and the massacre for prices to drop, and they're going to come in and buy cash. So if you are a flipper or you sitting there with tons of money, chill out. And that's my God honest opinion. If you are financing, How much are you financing, right? If you are financing, why are prices coming down right now? Because a lot of people can't afford, and most people who can't afford to buy are finance buyers. So if you are putting 20% down or more, do the math, talk to your lender, right? Use a mortgage calculator, 20% down or more, I would probably wait for prices to dip because you can take advantage of the dip, right? If you are a cash buyer or you have a big enough down payment, you can offset the interest rate because prices are down, and with your bigger down payment, you can offset it, right? So if you can offset it, then of course wait it out. But if you are financing, 100% financing, 3% down, 3.5% down, 5, 10, 15, you might want to think twice about waiting it out. Because the longer you wait it out, mortgage payments will go up. If you don't believe me, prices dropped in the last 90 days. Why are they dropping? Are mortgage payments up or down? They're up, right? So the longer you wait on a finance offer, because don't forget, that 15% down or less are majority of the home buyers in the United States. Not that many people can pay cash, right? Only 25% of homes were bought in cash last year by investors, or earlier this year and last year, okay? 25%, that means 75% are financing it. Why do you think right now prices are coming down? Because majority of people can't afford it because rates are up and the payments are up. So if that's true, then if you wait it out, it's just going to keep going up. But remember, if it drops to a certain level, cash buyers or big down payments are sitting there. There's something called price equilibrium. There's a demand zone. Once price hits a certain demand, like let's say I live in Orange County, homes are like 800, 900 grand. If that thing hits 700, 600 grand, there's a huge demand zone for buyers waiting cash. At 500, trust me. So if you're sitting there, wait for homes to drop 500 to 600. Some guy said homes are going to drop 400 grand. So if my $900,000 home drops 400 grand at 500,000, trust me, there will be cash investors. Okay. And a lot of people did write in the DMs, I'm just going to wait to buy low. It's easier to refinance a rate than to refinance a purchase price. I went out and I trolled these guys who told me they're going to do that. Most of them don't even qualify to buy a home today. How can you refinance something into a lower rate when you don't qualify for it? I'll just wait for rates to be down and price to pull down. If rates pop back down, there's going to be a small window. But mostly what happened in 2020, when everyone woke up, people start overbidding again. Unless you got that type of money moves you can make, it's going to be hard. So if you plan on buying, ask yourself these questions and then decide, should you buy now or not? If you're a cash buyer, a big down payment, or if wherever you're living, wherever you're buying, let's say rates went up from 4 to 7%, but the purchase price was 200-300 grand, it's really not going to make a difference in payment. So you could probably wait it out if payments aren't going up. Okay. So those are people, if you plan on buying, ask yourself these questions. If you plan on waiting, ask yourself these other questions. All right, guys? So hopefully I'm making sense of this common sense. Everything I'm telling you is based on common sense. Okay. Based on the facts that I've looked up with data companies, the Federal Reserve economic data. If you're telling me that's fake, serious player, the National Association of Home Builders, that's not even good news they're releasing, right? They want to say they're building more single family homes, but they got to go out and get side jobs right now. They got to build multi-units. For data, go ahead and pull up your own. If you don't believe my foreclosure data or forbearance data, go pull it up yourself. All these please pulling it from mortgage companies that have to say good news. Go pull it up. Go pull up your own foreclosure data, forbearance data, okay? Active list, go pull it up. Then do the homework yourself, okay? But those who want to wait, and you have every right to wait. Who am I to tell you can't wait? Okay? If you're going to wait, if you don't feel comfortable, do not buy a home. If you are a ride or die renter, if you're balling out of control and you're renting, ball out of control. I told this guy last week, he's making so much money. I'm like, why buy a house? You're making way too much money to tie down your money because he needs that money to make him more money in his business. Why tie it down? Right? He's like 32, getting married. He has the taco station. What's up, homie? Right? I went there. I know I cheated on my diet. I'm not supposed to. He gave me some birria tacos, some cactus tacos. 32-year-old man. Why would you go up and tie 25% down in $1 million home when you're gonna build out your taco station? It's called the Taco Station in Santa Ana. Go check it out, okay? Amazing horchata, by the way. I wasn't supposed to be eating bad, so thank goodness I didn't see any of you guys because I told you guys, if you see me out on the street creeping, eating bad, punch you in the stomach. I literally was nervous that someone would see me and punch me in the stomach, by the way. Okay. So are you waiting to buy because you're waiting for the government to come bail you out? Are you waiting for the angel wings of the government, right? Eagle wings to come down, or the unicorn, right? Or the Pegasus to come down and bail you out? Who does the government normally bail out? In the crash of '08, they bailed out banks, big corporations, and the credit market. So if you're part of the three, you're probably gonna get a bailout. You probably can chill out, okay? You're probably gonna get some big check when they bail you out. How much are you saving? You plan on buying a house? You don't plan on buying right now? Please make sure you're saving money. Do not blow your money because you're waiting to buy. Save your money. Do something. Don't just save it. Save it. Do something proactive with it. Make sure your money's making you money if you're not going to buy. And I think it's a great idea. You don't want to buy? Cool. Make sure your money's making you more money, right? That's like the Uncle Min in me. Will you be relocating? If you're not buying because you're relocating, I think that's a great idea. If you know, hey, I'm getting the hell out of here because it's getting way too expensive, then don't buy. Have a game plan to relocate. Relocating is not defeat. It's just knowing where you're at and staying in your lane. Okay? Even for me, I thought I was going to buy another house in California. I don't think I can be able to afford to buy another house unless I drop an album that goes platinum. I woke up the next day and I can either shoot 3-pointers with my eyes closed or I drop an album that goes platinum that sounds better than Kanye West's album, right? So I'm going to wait if that happens. But if you got to relocate, then don't buy. Make sure you have a game plan to relocate. Next, what is your ideal mortgage payment? If you're going to wait, make sure you understand what your ideal mortgage payment is. And as you wait, that payment is probably going to change. Unless you're buying some house for 200 grand and rates went up 5%, it's not going to really make a difference. Okay? So if your purchase price is small, you can probably wait it out and, embrace the storm first and then buy. Historically, as you're waiting it out, do entry-level mortgage payments. That means mortgage payments with down payments less than 15%. Do they go up or down? If that stuff comes down, wait it out. Chill out. Okay? If your rent's going to decline in the area you're going to live in, chill out. Why stress yourself out on shelter when you're the home you want to buy, that payment's going to decline in your area and rent's going to decline? If rent's going to drop from $3,000 down to $2,000, why would I buy a home? Just saying, right? That's just common sense. Last but not least, which I think is true right here, will your income catch up with the mortgage payment that you want to afford? Will you start making more money? If you're going to, while you wait it out, make sure you make that guap. Make sure you make that bag, right? Make sure you make that money to surpass it. I'll tell you right now, I think inflation is probably going to stay at 5%. There's going to be the new norm, just like the new norm of recession, right? Recession is 2 negative GDPs, but of course the government changed it so it doesn't sound as bad. Same thing with inflation. Inflation is supposed to be at 2%, but back then we made about 4% more in income every year, 3 to 4% more. But now we're making 6%. You think the government's going to let you get away with 2% inflation and making 4% to pocket? Come on now, think about it. Okay, so they're going to make inflation 5% the norm because income is at 6%. I'm just saying. But if you found a new job or your business is going to explode in the next handful of years, wait it out because you're going to make more than that mortgage payment. So that right there is what I think. Should you buy the dip or should you buy right now? Depending on the position you're in, depending on the mortgage payment, depending on your whole situation. Don't let me or anyone else tell you elsewise. And remember, the people who are giving you opinions, giving you their 2 cents, are they investors? Are they mortgage people like me? Then don't believe me. Take it like a grain of salt. Do your own research. I want you to do you, boo-boo. Okay? Don't even believe me. Who am I? I'm a mortgage guy. I'm just trying to sell you a loan, right? Why believe me? Do your own research. The other guy or girl who's telling you about not to buy, are they normal people like you and me? Right? I have a mortgage. I do okay. I'm not some super baller shot caller. I'm not a real estate investor. Are they real estate investors? Are they trying to sell you a course to be a wholesaler? Are they trying to sell you a course to do Airbnb? Are they going to be financing homes or are they paying cash? How can you take advice from somebody who's going to do something that you can't do, right? Are they going to go out and buy a home, go W-2 and put 5% down? Or are they waiting for you to back off and for prices to come down for them to buy up more real estate, right? In a market, it's not we're not producing more homes. But I could be wrong. Check it out yourself. Hopefully, this information helps you out, right? Your options, though, if you still plan on buying right now, okay? Look at these options. If you want to buy right now, you want to think about how to buy out the PMI. The goal is to get the cheapest payment you can possible. You might want to buy down the interest rate. You want to look for adjustable rate mortgage, not like how it was back then. You can go 5, 7, or 10-year ARMs, right? You got to be well qualified to get an ARM. You need a big down payment. You need reserves. You need low DTI. You might want to look into a 3-2-1 buy down or a 2-1 buy down. Buy down the lowest interest rate you can. When rates pull back, refinance, grab that lower interest rate. Hopefully, this information helps you out. If you're still here, please do me a huge favor. Please hit that subscribe or notification button. If this video bring you any value, please like it. Share this video with someone you know that would enjoy this piece of content. Okay, and don't forget to leave a comment if you have questions. We're gonna get into some Q&A. All right, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed tonight's live. Also, if you want to come up with the mortgage game plan, you want to talk to me, you want to find out, can I find a better deal, man? This is the deal I have. Bring me, you can reach out to me on Facebook, or actually give me a call, 714-790-9697. You can call, shy guy, shy girl, or shy people, send a text. You can send your loan estimate or email me at info@whatsamortgage.com, and myself and my team will get back to you. And if you want to follow me on my other platforms so you can get more tips, go ahead and follow me on my Facebook channel, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn. All right, guys? Hopefully this information helps you out. Thank you for everyone who watched. Let's get some Q&A here. You have mortgage questions? I got to answer. What up, JR Daily? For a worse rate or a long-term guess, I will find out how it works. Sorry, joined late, so should I buy now? Leslie, let's go to the top. Let's go to the top here. What up? Rolex is in the house. RNL07 was good. It's Ralphie. What's up, Ralphie? How you doing, brother? Sam, what if home prices go back to normal levels when rates fall? Right now, home prices are negotiable and seller credit is being offered at the highest. Yes, Sam. When the sellers realize things go back to normal, you're probably not gonna get all that. So right now, you're pretty much financing your closing costs. You're financing all your repairs, and there's room to finance it. But if rates pull back, you probably can't, right? Well, people, this market's going to crash. The Feds are tuning it down right now. There are buyers out there sitting on the sidelines. They're just waiting for that right equilibrium payment, okay? But hopefully, it pulls back a little bit. I don't think it's going to pull back a lot for payment-wise, not price, okay? I made a move already. My docs are turned into the underwriting and just waiting. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much, Ralphie. You think interest rates will drop? So this is what I think about interest rates. Two things are going to happen. Only two options. Option number one, all this rate hike finally brings down inflation. They pull back on rates. We all live a happy life. But if you look at it, core CPI, if you remove food and gas, everything else is pretty much like your need basis, right? That hasn't gone down. Even though inflation's gone down, core CPI has not gone down. There's been 6 rate hikes. Oh, you're going to wait and see. Watch. It's compounded, but they can't bring that stuff down for some reason. And because of that, they're going to have to either knock it out of the ballpark with higher rates or what everyone thinks, the bailout. They're going to bail out these big corporations. They're going to bail out these banks. They're going to bail out this credit market and bring rates down. I see that happening. Do I know when? I don't know. There's going to come to a point where things are so nasty, but inflation can't come down. They're going to have to pivot. They're talking about December. Instead of going 75 basis points, they're going to go 50, right? If they go 50, you'll see us pivot. If they go 75, maybe not. If they say 50, the market already pivots, they're not going to pivot, okay? It's like they don't want to tell you because they don't want you to start already reacting to that in that direction, So that's what I think. All right, hopefully that helps you out. RL, new construction home builder, covered my closing costs, which was awesome. Congratulations, Ralphie. I'm in escrow right now. Can I negotiate with a builder? They did provide solid incentives, but I'm trying to get the best deal. Gus, if they're giving better deals to other people, negotiate. Hopefully, guys, you're buying new construction. Use your own real estate agent. You do not want to lose your deposit. You want to be able to go back and renegotiate. Their builder agent, they work for the builder first. They get a paycheck from the builder every 2 weeks. You think they're going to protect you? They're going to protect their jobs. How do you qualify for down payment assistance? Erica, every area, every city, state has different down payment assistance program. If you want help, give us a call, 714-790-9697. You can either call us, email us, or text us, okay? I got 75 grade seller credit. Dude, $150,000 off the price. Sam is a good negotiator, right? New loan and denied a loan due to DTI. If you got your loan denied because of DTI, Sam, you might want to buy down the interest rate, okay? Or, just cover the down payment, go with a lower down payment, use your money, pay off all your debt. There's other things you can do, Sammy. If you want help, DM us, right? Started working at a direct lender. We pitched to clients saying we will lower your monthly payment. A lot of them say they have a low rate. Can we save them money on their monthly in exchange? If they got a low rate and they actually qualify, get a line of credit. We have a borrower that had a duplex, and that other unit was busted up. It's hard to get a line of credit because the other unit was busted up. So in that position, it would be hard. But if you got a low rate and your home is not busted up, you can probably get a line of credit. And JR, that's probably not going to help you, but it will help the consumer. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. Leslie, if you watch the video again, I wouldn't buy if you got a big down payment, or wherever you're buying in, the purchase price is so low that a higher interest rate is really not going to make a dent in the payment. If you can wait it out, wait it out. But if the longer you wait, the higher payments go up, or payments will stay the same because our income will eventually have to catch up, right? I don't see, when's the last, are you going to take a pay cut? Let me ask you guys this. Would you take a pay cut? Why would these corporations and banks want to take less? If you're not willing to take less, which I'm not either, don't expect them to take less, okay? That's what the WeWork guy may do. Subscription house. I'm telling you, subscription be big. Dude, you got to subscribe. Right now, Netflix, they're coming out with a non-commercial Netflix, right? No commercials. Dude, you're paying subscription, now you have to pay for no commercials? Come on, that's crazy. What are some of the things you will recommend for first-time homebuyers? Some programs you recommend as well. For first-time homebuyers, talk to a lender. Have them do a soft credit pull, right? Run one credit score. See where you stand first. Don't go all out. Give them the income, do a soft credit pull, see where you stand, make sure you're happy with it before you do something. I think pound for pound, right now where prices are at, I'd go 10% down, and I do a 2-1 buy down. 10% down, 2-1 buy down, and then refinance in the next 2 years. I'll calculate our current new build with a new home. I bought rate, estimate 30,000. Good, dang, locked at 4.25. Good for you, Gus. Dude, Gus is the grinder. He still want to grind a better deal. Got a 4.25, man. Actually, we bought June. Congratulations. Rates dropped. Can we refinance, or it would be wise to refinance? If you got 4.25, I don't think rates are going to drop to 4.25. I think at most we'll probably see low fives. Pray to God, low fives, high fours, okay? Using a HELOC on current primary home to buy a new home and turn it into the first home rental. Any risk? If you're going to turn your property into a rental, make sure you put it in an LLC, because people who live in it, who are going to rent it, make sure they don't get hurt. They try to sue you directly. Make sure you put that thing in an LLC, okay? How do you get rid of PMI? You have FHA, you have to refinance out of it. Conventional, it'll fall off eventually. If you buy a home, you do conventional, you can buy out the PMI, okay? Are we expected for rates to go down in the next 5 months? I think rates, there's a guy named Barry Habib. He's like the godfather of predicting interest rates. He's like the Madam Cleo. He says rates should drop either end of the year or beginning of the year in the 5s or even high 4s. So that's what he's saying. I respect the guy. I think it's going to drop, but I don't know about that soon. But he thinks so. But he also works for the government. So he works for the government, but he has his hands in with people in Congress, so he might know something we don't know, okay? Do I recommend 100% financing right now? Jim Rojas. If the home is under 400 grand, I would 400 or 500 grand, I'd probably do 100% financing. I know you're probably not going to find that in Southern California unless you're central or other places in the United States, because the interest rate, the difference at 500,000 is not going to break the bank. I am located in Irvine, okay? Irvine, Tustin, California, 724K Doctor. Is it smart to buy if you can get the loan, but taxes and HOA are high? Taxes aren't going to come down too much. HOA is not really going to come down because of inflation. If you qualify, Brianna, just do a 2-1 buy down when rates pull back. But if it's uncomfortable to buy, do not buy a home, guys. If it's uncomfortable, do not buy, all right? All right, guys, I really appreciate everyone who watched. Stay tuned. Please do me a huge favor. Please, if you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, please do that. Don't forget, if you want to get a hold of me, 714-790-9697. You can call, email, or text, info@what's a mortgage. What's the process like to remove PMI? You have 20% equity. You got a conventional loan and you have 20% equity. You need 25% UZIL after 2 years. Call your servicer. They'll remove your PMI, right? They're going to do a BPO, broker price opinion, or get an appraisal done, remove your PMI. You need 25% equity after 2 years, all right? UZIL. All right, guys, we want to end all our videos with our attitude is gratitude. Without you, there is no us. So thank you guys so much and have an amazing night. Talk to you soon.